with some facts which are really very starting to see, like infant mortality rates are going down in country or picking up somewhere. So what was your approach towards these questions, Shubhamji?
Sir, I did not read any of these reports. However, I searched for their key points online. For example, NFHS 4 is extensively used in population geography, and even in GS1 topics. So I only look for key recommendations and the data points because I don't think I could have remembered the entire report or even the crux of it if I had to.
How did you manage, Darpan, to read the reports or like the compilations for those reports?
So actually my background is that of a medico. So I don't like to read synopsis and all. So I used to download them from their official website itself, but not the whole. I didn't read the whole report because that would be just a waste of time. I used to focus on the executive summary. Secondly, the various diagrams and the timelines. So I think if everybody reads the same material, then we would not be able to add the streak of innovation to the paper. So for me, having diagrams and timelines, it really worked wonders. For example, chemical disasters are in news. So when we open their guidelines, there will be a timeline given of the previous examples of the chemical disasters. So say one gives a definition. After that, we can always draw the timeline. I think it adds to the value addition. And telemedicine in the times of the pandemic. So telemedicine guidelines have been given by Niti Aayog. So I read them and just had an A4 sheet paper and noted all the timelines along with the diagrams in that itself. So instead of reading or making multiple notes, I just had one page, one glance, and that is enough.
I think it helped you in revision also.
So coming to the ocean current question, I think it's important both from prelims and mains point of view. So it depends upon the time we have in actual condition. If one has time, then one can hastily draw the whole world map and draw the ocean currents. But I think as far as I remember, what I did was, like, I wrote one point about fishing banks. So I drew all the ocean currents around Japan. So that way one can save on time and also add diagrams to the answer. So diagrams in geography are very important.
What is your view on this, Shubhamji, about the usage of diagram? Is it a value addition to your answer?
Sir, since I am a student of geography, I extensively used word map and India map in all the GS 1, 2, 3. One key advantage it gave me, it saved upon a lot of writing time. It also filled the space in less words. So suppose in a question on ocean currents or water mass as it was, I might have drawn 2 or 3 diagrams and only written 150 to 200 words. The word count went down, but I explained my what I had to through diagrams extensively, especially in geography.
I believe that helps the life of the examiner also. He sees, okay, this man is giving this presentation for me, for my easier task. So I think that also worked for you. How did you manage to write these questions, where you can substantiate the Supreme Court judgments?
Sir, I used a lot of Supreme Court judgments, at least in my notes, and tried to emulate it in the paper. For example, I had a list of 25 judgments for Joseph Shine case, constitutional morality, and all the test of proportionality. Many cases have been in news recently. So I extensively tried to use them not only in the topic which is at hand, but also to extend it to other spheres of entire polity syllabus and tried to see where we could fit it in. I similarly did it with several constitutional articles to the extent that I became well versed with usage of them in exam-like conditions.
So did you also use articles and Supreme Court judgments, Darpan, while addressing the questions of paper 2? Like there was a direct question on the Attorney General's position, I think, and it's a 150 marks. I think it's a 15 marker question, if I'm not wrong.
So I think judgments and articles, without them, our answers would look very incomplete. So during my notes itself, like if there is any important topic which has been in the news, I will write the article next to it, and I will write 2 to 3 judgments, which I can always fix into my answer and make this into just a paragraph. Because Attorney General, we have already read for prelims. So just putting in that along with the article, that helps in very ready revision from those notes which I created. So just one paragraph for each and every topic, say contempt of court or the role of the governor. And along with that, I used to mention the article and 2 to 3 judgments. Rest we can always explain and diversify in the exam-like conditions.
Yeah, I think that makes the student's copy look with much gravity of thoughts and process, everything like that.